Good morning. This is East Tennessee Skywarn forecaster and Tennessee weather analyst and weatherline coordinator Steve Cooper. If you need the forecast information, please call number 423-965-4900 for the forecast for the Plateau, including for Cumberland, Fentress, and surrounding counties, or you can get the latest forecast information off www.noaa.gov/ohx or /MRX, which is Morristown. We all give the same forecasts in term. I just give it a little bit more in-depth and in dire detail than what is needed for several locations and several areas. Morristown, of course, is the National Weather Service, who is mainly responsible for your county, indeed, across much of the surrounding region. I want to go ahead and give you this severe weather briefing for today. I know a lot of you have asked questions. What is exactly expected in the near term for severe, as well as in the near term for today. Let's go ahead and get right straight to the point. And as you can see on our satellite imagery this morning, this is by NOAA.gov. Satellite showing moisture increasing from the Brownsville area of the Gulf Coast of Mexico, pretty well making its way northward. The moisture overrides parts of the Pacific area, and then it makes its way further northward and draws into some very diabetic heating, and that therefore creates higher water probabilities in the air, which is keeping the air very warm, moist, and unstable here. This is basically here what you see as the dry line. It's what we call as very dry air coming in from California, hot air moving into the plains, which actually separates the cool air from the dry air, but can also in terms of cause higher severe weather probabilities. Here you see quite a bit of moisture that's coming from an upper level system, if you will. This will likely bring an outflow boundary across Kentucky, maybe the Ohio Valley and Tennessee between today and tomorrow. Keep an eye on that and see what pops up there. But as you can see, the air is very moist and saturated, and this is actually setting the stage for several weather features the next several days. Looking at the surface stream, we got actually quite a bit going on with this, as you can see. I can't zoom in much closer. I can try, but as you can see here, we have a very nasty feature set up across the Plains states. We got the dry line associated back over into Kansas City, and coming down through Texas, if you will, and then we have another area of weather that is draped all across the plains, which is, there's the dry line, and there's the stationary system across the plains, along with the low-level jet, which is increasing from the Rockies, and it's circulating pretty well and rising to a northeasterly fall, which is the low-level jet, which is causing this area to strengthen throughout the day today. And of course that will also strengthen winds, and so I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe some winds across much of the southeast into Tennessee as we work through the afternoon today and in through the day on Sunday, and more likely into Monday as the system draws closer. Few features I want you to take a look at here. Our first feature is what is anticipated for today to get thunderstorms or to need thunderstorms. You need warm air. Also, you're going to need quite a few ingredients, such as warm air, you need cold air, and then you need the lift to provide that cold air to continue to rise. And so in today's case, we have a cold front back to the Midwest, associated with a dry line, very strong upper level dynamics. And in either way today, there's also quite a bit of wind shear increasing. That's another good bet as to what we're seeing. And as a matter of fact, if you take a look and let's go ahead and take a look and see what holds for today. This is the tornado chance today, which is pretty high. I don't have to issue any forecast regarding tornadoes on STR, or tornado STENSRAD risk, or STENSRAD tornado risk. You can see for yourself across Kansas City, Oklahoma, Texas, where there could actually be a good 45%, running from a 15% to as high as a 45% risk of tornadoes across Kansas City, Oklahoma, into Nebraska especially. Looks like it's going to be a dangerous day for these areas. So I suggest, if you have no weather radio, any chance of monitoring the local media, you may need to at least do that today, and definitely do not take warnings very lightly, as it does look like a very large and dangerous situation across the plains. Sunday, the dynamics pull a little bit further eastward. This is where the setup gets more enhanced a little bit, I guess you could say. The best chances for any severe at this time would be across West Tennessee back over into southeast Texas, where there's a good 30% probability for severe, or higher. Significant chances for severe across Mississippi, southeast Texas, and then you have another chance from that outflow boundary across the Ohio Valley, northern areas of Wisconsin, and down in through maybe parts of the Ohio Valley areas where there could be some storms. Taking a look at the graphic areas for Tuesday, again, or actually Monday, this is the forecast graphic outlook. As you can see, this is the area of low pressure that you see moving its way off north and east. This is where most likely precipitation and any chances for severe weather will set up according to these models. We have another system back over into the Midwest that could bring maybe some snow and rain for portions of the Rockies. Dew points are looking pretty well a good setup here, as you can see. We have very nasty readings across the Gulf Coast of Mexico. It's going to be very relatively warm and moist and stable on down into Florida. And as I had talked with Betty yesterday, she called me and we talked about severe. And it looks like I'm indicating the best chance for any severe storms for isolated strong to severe will be anywhere along from Morgan County to Knox County down into Chattanooga line. But mainly from Knox County to Chattanooga is where I'm really expecting the heat of the moment to start making its way through. So Georgia, South Carolina, maybe North Carolina, you need to watch out ahead of time, as it does look like a pretty nasty scenario is setting up for you. Looks like we could see a few strong to severe storms here. I don't think I'm expecting an outbreak by any means, though. Thundercast pretty well showing a chance for thunderstorms in the forecast for Monday as we go, or Sunday, excuse me, as we go into West Tennessee. Only about a 10 to 20% probs there. Sunday afternoon, the chances for showers and thunderstorms increase a little bit more better. I'm going to say 30% as the system draws closer, especially ahead of that upper level boundary. And what's going to bring these chances for storms is going to be not only the cold front that's associated with the system today, but you also have another area of boundary that is sliding off to its south and east, and it's a piece of cutoff low which is usually responsible for producing severe weather. We're going to watch that very closely as well, including the dew points. Rain chances are increasingly pretty high for Monday. Looks like runs anywhere between 30 to 60%. It's going to be a really wet day, so keep you up amounts, like I said, Georgia, Alabama, down into Texas, parts of South Carolina, North Carolina, even some maybe East Tennessee there, where the storms may be rolling through a little bit more organized. It does look like between 1 to 2 inches of rainfall amounts, so don't be surprised to see maybe some flooding, ponding water on roadways. And of course, if you ever spot flooded water running across the road, turn around, don't drown. Remember what the National Weather Service says. I'm not the National Weather Service, I'm just a Skywarn spotter and partly forecaster for East Tennessee Skywarn. Remember what the National Weather Service says. If you come to a flooded or closed road, turn around, don't drown. Just at least 6 inches of flowing water can sweep vehicles off their feet, and you don't want to actually chance and see how deep the water is just in order to see if it's going to sweep your vehicle off the road either. It's kind of crazy. This is just a future heads up for those of you that are new to this forecasted video, as well as East Tennessee Skywarn. This is from HPC. Looks like the better dynamics and setup for severe weather will actually be 7 days ahead. We have a very strong cold front aloft, along with a lot of wind shear. I know you can't see that really good. Wished I could have zoomed in a little bit more, but I'm doing the best I can. But there you see the cold front, which is associated across the plains states, along with the dry line. I'm going to try to draw this out for you, that way you can understand more. Here's the cold front that you see across plains states, across Kansas City, Oklahoma. That is possibly going to cause a lot of wind, a lot of energy to kick in. And down from, let's say, right here is West Tennessee. Let's see, this area is West Tennessee, Texas area here, down and through the plains. This is where severe weather will likely set up again for about 7 days out, possibly causing some rather large scale severe weather patterns. So it looks like the severe weather season may live up to its name and reputation today. Well, actually this month coming. So well, now that you know that severe weather is a possibility, what you want to do is monitor the NOAA Weather Radio, local media, as well as monitor your National Weather Service by logging on to www.noaa.gov. And if you want to, look up Thomas Kennedy's Convex page. I'll be on there posting warnings and watches and updates as well for convex forecasting. I'm just new to the gang, I guess you could say, but I do the best I can. But once again, it does look like the threat of severe weather today across the plains, including Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas City. And I'm going to tell you right now, it does not look very promising at all. As you can tell by the tornado risk, it's going between 45 to 60%. That's pretty high for tornadoes. It looks like it's going to be a dangerous day, so you may want to watch out. And I forgot to show you Tuesday's outlook. Looks like SPC does have that risk for severe across East Tennessee, Southeast Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, down and through Texas, where it does look like better dynamics and setup may actually take place. But again, anywhere south and east at this time because of the unstable air, the most unstable air being south and east of Tennessee. Have yourself a great day, and as always, you can call 423-965-4900 for all your latest weather updates. Tennessee, expect increasing winds the next couple of days. Could see some increasing chances for rain, and there's that possibility of severe weather as we work our way through Monday. Right now, like I said, I'm not expecting or anticipating a severe weather outbreak by means, but could be some strong storms for sure. So things can change rapidly. So always remember to listen to No Weather Radio. Heed those watches and warnings, plain states, just in case tornado warnings are issued today. Have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you for viewing the severe weather briefing I have for you. Good luck out there, chasers, and of course, may Godspeed, and be careful if you spot any tornadoes, and if you do happen to see a tornado, you are not near a basement or interior room, you're outside, go to the ditch, lie flat. Never ever try to get under an overpass or an underpass, because the winds from the tornado can swing both ways, and therefore the force of the tornado can suck you up. There's actually been history of that happening, and that's why the National Weather Service decided to change the no underpass rule. Have yourself a wonderful day, and of course we'll keep you advised.